Hear ye, gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling featuring the Summer Soundboard. As always, you can find us on most platforms streaming your favorite podcast episodes, including Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you're listening on iTunes, leave us a review of the 5-star kind. Subscribe to us on YouTube at YK Wrestling. Go to YKWrestling.com for your merchandise, and all the other platforms that we're available on is right there. It's a link tree. It's right there. You don't got to do nothing else. Nothing else. It's that simple. Welcome to the Nuckaview Buckingham Palace. As always, I am the thespian TC Fontaine, a.k.a. TCF Baby. Please say the baby. Joined by King Reek, House of Havoc, first of his name. And we here. Welcome, y'all. And welcome back. He was here a couple weeks ago, but he's tied with TJP for our second favorite Filipino after Batista from the Get Yo podcast from Marks with Mikes. Just is in the building.
Yo, we here.
Welcome back, brother. And I'm going to let Reek do this one. We got a debut here at the Palace for the first time ever. Who we got, Reek?
Sir. So, ladies and gentlemen of the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast, we want to welcome friend of the show, good friend of the calf, the host of Bot Spots and Chair Shots, the one and only Mr. Will Gray. Welcome to Nuckaview Buckingham Palace.
Welcome.
Gentlemen, thank you. It's an honor. So this is what Matt's been hiding from me on the other side. He's, like we finally figured it out. I snuck away from Ritter. Here I am. I'm on Young Kings. We finally made it happen. I'm glad to be here.
I know it's been like 2 months of planning this out. Like we was on your show not too long ago, and we was like, we got to get Will on here.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, Reek's been on a few times.
Will and Allison on here, but we can only have one at a time. It's cool.
She's a hot commodity. She's way more popular than I am.
I see her all over the place, man.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. So we here. Welcome, y'all. Hope all y'all staying cool and hydrated out here. It rained all day long on Wednesday here in Las Vegas. That was fun. I appreciated that. I appreciate the rain. It's monsoon season. That means it gets too hot, and then it just starts to rain from the lake and shit all over the valley. So with that, crazy humidity the very next day. So can you imagine Vegas being humid?
Shoot.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Hell on earth.
Yeah, like regular humidity is cool to me. Like Vegas humidity different. Because it's still hot. Like it's still dry hot, but it's humid. It don't make no sense. I don't know. It don't make no sense. Y'all staying hydrated though? I see you, just
1,000.
What you got?
Well, I got a little bit of black coffee. It's this brand called.
It's not gonna keep you hydrated at all, bro.
It's iced coffee, but I do want to send them a shout out because they're a black-owned brand. It's called like Kamaya. So yeah, so shout out to them.
Shout out to Kamaya.
I'm not hydrated at all.
Hey,
I'll send you that link. Yep,
yeah,
for sure.
Let's do something about that.
I survive on Dr. Pepper and Red Bull.
Hey, y'all wildin'.
100% of the time. All the time.
Oh man, this is not the time for that.
Nah, man. Water and body armor. That's me all day long. I drink me a coffee early, have me some tea. And I'm on the water and body armor, and then, maybe once in a blue moon, aka every week, maybe once or twice a week, I'll go get me an IPA or something. I've been sampling a lot of new IPAs and beers and whatnot. I should make a YouTube channel of me trying stuff out.
Yeah,
Just
you should.
Listen, the kids are making bank doing this. So
Listen,
why not?
bro.
Right.
This Young King Wrestling YouTube money ain't cutting it right now. We ain't even eligible yet. We almost did. Almost did.
You could do that whole AMSR, slurping the water.
I'm not doing all
that. Do all that shit, like
I'm
the
not doing
AI trend.
I'm not doing mukbang. I'm not doing none of that mess.
Yo, to me, I don't care. That stuff is still kind of weird to me.
It is. It's very weird.
See somebody eating it, but I don't want.
It's a drug, bro. It's a drug. You ever see the people that when they first start the mukbangs and then they do it for a couple years and they gotta keep doing it to make content,
yes.
And it is totally just different looking. Like all these people, they getting big backed. I'm in the gym, fam. I can't do that.
I mean, that's a sin, isn't it? It was like gluttony almost.
Yeah, gluttony is a sin.
Gluttony, and then you're doing it for likes and money. So you're doing it for greed. You're doing like,
oh yeah,
2 of the 10 commandments, bro. Like in one thing. Like wow.
2 cents.
You said body armor. The Black Mamba flavor is probably the best one.
It is.
Yeah, Black Mamba
yes.
joint. I mess with the peach mango, personally.
The peach mango, yes.
It's a new joint. Cherry lime. That shit fire.
Cherry lime, okay.
If y'all ain't had the cherry lime, look out for the No Limit Soldier bottle. That's the one.
That's the.
It's a No Limit Soldier bottle. It's camouflage.
I had it. I had it not that long ago. I wasn't too crazy about it, but
it tastes like Kool-Aid to me, bro.
Okay.
Like, all right, we're talking about drinks a lot. Let's talk about something else. Let's move on. My bad, y'all. Hey, real quick, RIP. Bunch of people died this week, man. What's going on out here, man? Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, former guest host of Monday Night Raw. I think 2011, I want to say.
Around that time.
Yeah, he did something with The Rock, did something with Lita on the same show. RIP, had a private battle with cancer. Y'all watch Euphoria?
Nah, but I know a lot of the cast and shit.
Yeah, one of the cast members of Euphoria, Angus Cloud, passed away this past week too.
Oh, right.
25 years old. So RIP to him. Tragic. I'm not gonna get into the details on that, just out of respect for his family. And then RIP to Mark Margolis. Y'all watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah. Tio.
Hector.
See,
ding.
I always remember him from
Scarface. Yeah.
Yes.
Scarface, Breaking Bad, bunch of stuff, man. So RIP to him. He was just old. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
See y'all at the Crossroads, man.
Boom, 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 boom.
RIP.
Sure.
RIP to y'all, man. And football season is also on the way. Preseason kicked off on, was it Thursday? Browns and Jets. You want to see that shit? Want to see that shit?
No.
I don't care. Everybody be, it's football. I don't care. I don't like football enough to watch a Browns and Jets game. I just don't.
Listen.
Agreed.
We are getting progress together. Had to see what the backups look like.
That's all preseason's for.
I'm a Titans fan. I know plenty well what our backups look like.
That's funny.
Listen, at least y'all got something to cheer about.
Who got something to cheer about?
Right, exactly. Not here. Not me.
I do for once. We just gotta,
we gonna see.
Hope everything, nothing falls apart.
We gonna see.
But I'm skeptical always, but we'll see. Like he said.
Hey, and then shout out to the Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame, Joe Thomas.
Yes.
Play behind some of the worst quarterbacks of all time. Literally. Some of the worst quarterbacks.
They got the longest list.
Yeah. Got Joe Thomas, Rondé Barber, DeMarcus Ware. And also I want to give a special shout out to New England Patriots legend and Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots, Darrell Revis, on his Hall of Fame induction.
Sir?
What? Did I lie about something? Did I lie about something just now?
I mean, we just gonna neglect the New York Jets like
Yeah,
this?
absolutely we are.
Like, oh,
did he win a Super Bowl with y'all? No.
Listen, we can't forget where we come from. That's all I'm saying.
I did.
Craziness.
Yeah, did I lie? Is he not a Patriots legend? Is he not a Super Bowl champion?
So I got you. In a couple of years, we're gonna spend a special shout out to Tampa Bay Buccaneer Tom Brady when he go in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, yeah. He won a Super Bowl with them. Why not?
I got you.
You know who he also won a Super Bowl with? His original team.
The other guys.
I knew that was gonna work you up though. That's why I did it. I did that on purpose.
Listen, I don't need any more. Like, this is as nice as I'm gonna be for the entire show.
Same. Same. Excuse me, my bad. Players fuck up. Let's get into these special birthdays this past week. Kid Cash. Shout out to Kid Cash. Had a birthday this week. Mike Chioda. Hall of Famer Devon Dudley, aka Hall of Famer brother Devon. Shout out to him. I met Devon Dudley on accident when I was 10 years old. I accidentally wandered.
How you accidentally meet Devon Dudley?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. So, I accidentally met Devon Dudley. Also accidentally met Maven and Christian. We wandered into the parking lot after a show. And this was 2003. You could do that back then. Yeah. I accidentally wandered into the parking lot after a show looking for our car. And we just meet hella wrestlers with no security or nothing back there. It was cool.
Wow.
Yeah. True story. Yoshi Tatsu. Do y'all remember Yoshi Tatsu?
Oh,
yes.
The action figure dude.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Happy birthday as well to Davey Boy Smith Jr. Shout out to Peace Up, A-Town Down, Austin Theory. Happy birthday to Aaron Stevens, aka Damian Sandow, D. Malenko, Frankie Kazarian, and Tony Nese. Shout out to them, man. And this week in wrestling history, 1992, Ron Simmons defeats Big Van Vader for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. First Black world champion of a major promotion in history that's been actually officially recognized. There was some unofficial ones before that, Bobo Brazil, just a few.
Yes.
But Ron Simmons is the first official recognized Black heavyweight champion. And it's about time wrestling fans start acting like it. I was just thinking Ron Simmons as the damn guy.
Right.
The APA.
Yeah. The Nation of Domination. He's a world heavyweight champion. God damn it. Talk to him. Shout out to Ron Simmons. 1997, we had a SummerSlam at the Meadowlands Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Stone Cold versus Owen Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. This is probably most known for Owen Hart botching a pile driver on Stone Cold, in which Stone Cold broke his neck. Still managed to win the championship afterwards. And then in the main event, Bret Hart defeated The Undertaker for the WWE title. That's happened. And then 2020, I'm going to just skip to 2020. It was a very light week of history. We had the debut of Raw Underground. R.I.P.
That's an R.I.P.
R.I.P. to Raw Underground.
No, I'm not praying. I am praying for the strippers. I am praying for the strippers though. That we never seen them again.
Man, I'm praying for the strippers. I'm praying whatever happened to that big black bodyguard that used to be out there. Whatever happened to him.
Damn shame. Happened to a lot of people in that place.
A lot of people. Yeah.
Wasn't Omos in that where he came from? Wasn't he originally Shane's bodyguard or something crazy like that?
You gotta work the works Work the marks, brother.
I didn't even realize. I'm sorry, guys. I'm delirious.
It's okay. It's okay. It's his first time. We just gotta get you up to speed on it.
Reek said it the best. What'd you say, Reek? Grand what?
He froze.
Grand opening, grand closing.
That's
I got
right.
him. I got
That's
him.
right.
He froze for a bit. You back?
Cool.
You good?
Cool.
All right. We good. We good. Reek, you be tripping sometimes.
It happens. It be happening.
Hey, I had something. I had a sound bite. Can't find it. I'm gonna just get past it. We just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. Players fuck up. Where are we at in the royal addressing room, Reek?
All right. So I said I was gonna start off with something in particular, but I lied. I'm actually gonna go with this because it broke while we was watching SummerSlam. Kairi Sane signed a new deal. She's on the way back to WWE. Don't have details about when, what the time frame is gonna look like, but I imagine that things changing around the Fed is made her change her mind a little bit. She got to see her homie win a big one last night. We'll talk about it. But yeah, she coming back. Next up, apparently, speaking of the Fed, the Feds are out here serving grand jury subpoenas to World Wrestling Entertainment. And I know that got a lot of people, that had a lot of people worked up, thinking like, oh, what's going on around here? But Vince McMahon himself actually sent out an email to his staff about it. And I'm going to skim through it real quick. Basically, he said that, they had to put together a committee to review the allegations against him. The review and was concluded in November after an investigation. He's maintained that he's innocent, there was no wrongdoings and everything like that. So all of that is just follow up in the process, and he's focused on recovering after that final and closing out the transaction of merging with Endeavor going forward. So a lot of formality going on there. That's really all that was, apparently. Also, we just mentioned RVD. So noteworthy news this week, he actually showed up on Pro Wrestling TV, AEW. Pulled up on is it still Jungle Boy or is it just Jack Perry now?
It's just Jack Perry now.
Is it just Jack Perry? Okay.
It's Jungle Man Jack Perry.
I mean, it should be. It should be.
I'm here to tell you right now.
He came out.
We don't care. Let me tell you. We don't care.
Understood. Anyway, yeah, RVD came out, had a little segment with him. I guess, they said to have a match. Apparently, there's no deal in place. We're not going to see RVD there full time. It's just going to be a one-off so far.
Mr. Keep a
might
check.
Change. It might not. Hey, listen, he can get in the list.
He already on the list. He on it. I'm gonna tell
saying.
you why RVD on the list, because I remember the tweets. I'll never forget the tweets. I remember seeing the tweets live as he posted them. He called them boys all petite wrestling.
All petite.
I'll never forget. So when I seen he was in, I was like, what? He getting that bread. I gotta add him to the list.
Yeah, man. So yeah, a lot of people were asking if Bray Wyatt was going to show up this weekend. Obviously, he didn't. But apparently, there's a apparently Bray is coming back from a medical issue. There's some undisclosed illness that he's still working his way back from, that he has to get cleared from. So there's no issues about creative. There's no issues about Vince coming back into the fold. Nothing like that. They're just being very careful about easing him back in and getting cleared and all of that. And once that's done, he'll be on the way. The Elite all staying in AEW, despite the reports that they, specifically Kenny Omega, would have been at the top of WWE's list if they had hit the free agency. But they inked some major new deals. They're going to be staying with Almost Exclusively White, and it's going to be the show. Big E, he got some news for us.
Heard some bad news.
Not so good news. Doctors not all, but some have told him that he should never wrestle again.
Right.
So he's still weighing his options. He said plenty of times that he hasn't suffered any, bad damage. Everything has healed well, and he hasn't had any nerve issues or anything like that. Everything came back pretty well, and he's recovering. But he has had to consider all his options. He's talked to some people about, potentially being a commentator going forward, manager, just all the options. So nothing's official, but that's what we know so far. Damn shame.
You don't got to do it if you don't need to do it no more, man. You done accomplished everything.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all heard about the whole Lufisto situation?
Yes.
Keep that on pause.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. So that was it. The last thing I had was I got to say this. Y'all all saw the Cody doc, I'm sure.
Yes.
I got to say, and this is probably the nicest compliment I'm going to have this entire episode. I'm proud of you niggas. I am. Hashtag you niggas. Reason being is because during that documentary, when Cody talked about leaving AEW, coming back home to WWE, there was a soundbite from Triple H where he said, obviously Cody never dreamed of being the top guy in the secondary promotion. Now, the second that happened,
you complimenting them for that?
No, hold on.
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
The second I saw that, what I expected to happen. So I immediately went to the discourse to look for all of y'all to start acting a certain way. And to my complete, utter surprise, I didn't see none of it. In fact, the overwhelming majority, listen, the overwhelming majority was that even the fans were like, he's right. Can't argue with that. It's like,
hey, you know what that means? You must be blocked by some people if you ain't see it, because I've seen it. I for sure seen it.
Yeah, I went searching. I went all down, scrolling everywhere. I'm like, at least 90% was just like, I don't know why we're talking about this.
Even Tony Yayo said something about it.
Oh man,
I know you seen that.
It's okay.
You ain't see that either. You ain't seen nothing. You see, you wasn't looking hard enough.
Look. I heard about that, but it's okay. I expected nothing less, so that's fine. Awesome. But what else would he do? But yeah, for the most part, it seemed like y'all were acting right. So I'm gonna give a thumbs up to y'all for that. For once.
There's gonna be a thumbs down here in a little bit. But outside of the Cody doc, what else y'all been watching wrestling related or not wrestling related this past week?
I was trying to go back and watch some of like the older SummerSlams. I think we talked about this before. Like at the time I was hyped for that Elimination Chamber. Do you guys remember that with like Goldberg and all that? But, 03. And watching it back, it was not good.
It wasn't.
It wasn't good back then. And I'm like, let me look at it now.
Like Goldberg spearing dudes through the pod and shit was cool. Yeah. Like everything in that match was cool until Goldberg gets eliminated by Triple H. And it's just, what the fuck is this?
Politicians, man. Politicians.
And this man was hurt. That's the crazy part. I'm on your ass, Triple H.
Some of that ruthless aggression stuff didn't age well.
No.
Some of
a lot of it didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of HLA, all that wild, wild stuff.
Oh, Eric Bischoff and his bad decisions.
Oh man. Speaking of Eric Bischoff, we watched y'all watched Dark Side?
Hell yes.
What y'all think about that one?
Did.
Man.
I mean, I think we all can agree we all went into this Dark Side of the Ring episode expecting a lot of Cap.
Oh my good. Ooh. You know what I didn't expect though? And look, I understand Vince Russo is a New York Italian. he will spin you a story that you can sell to Warner Brothers, even though there might not be a single fact in it. But when Seltzer can come on TV and pull your card and say you capping, it's bad. It's very bad.
Right.
That threw me for a loop.
When I had a chance to sit down with Russo, I asked him about Bash 2000 specifically, and I said, "What's the relationships with everybody today?" And he fed me some, sugar coated. I've talked to Hogan, I've talked to Bischoff, there's no heat from what happened in 2000 today, bro. Like,
right.
And then I'm like,
I bet,
liar, liar.
Come on now.
That look when you know a nigga lying, but you still listening.
Like, yeah.
Okay, you all right? Okay, I see. Okay, okay, dog. Yeah, we watched that Dark Side of the Ring. It was a lot of cap, but it was entertaining. So I'll take the entertainment off of it. Like, I wish we got to hear a lot more from Jeff Jarrett, but Jeff Jarrett probably the only one that wasn't lying, because what Jeff Jarrett said was very much in line with his body language during the actual event. Even Jeff Jarrett was like, "Man, I don't want to do this shit, bro," or whatever.
Yeah.
He left and then walked up and called his dad and said, "Let's start TNA."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, pretty much immediately was like, "I'm going to start my own wrestling promotion with hookers and blow."
And that's the thing too. It's like
for real.
With Eric, it's like it wasn't so much about the lies; it's about the just bad decision making. Like, WCW, you want to sign all these big name people to these contracts and give them creative control, and the Nash and Scott Hall deals where nobody can make more money than them. It's like, that was stupid. And chief among them is, hitching your wagon to Terry and not one but two different promotions. It's like,
right.
Tell me you insane without telling me.
We're not going to talk about 2010's TNA.
Oh my God. Bro.
And I'm going to tell you why we can't talk about it. I didn't watch it, so I don't really know. Outside of the highly notable things that happened, I don't know what happened.
I saw enough to know that I can't watch it.
Yeah, pretty much that. Claire Lynch.
Oh my gosh.
But I just like
Jeff Hardy, all that.
I don't know why people pretend. I listened to something because Jim Cornette heard this and had to have his day.
That motherfucker, Jim Russo.
He's killing the business. He's killing the business.
He was talking about the other day, and it's like, this is true. Like, Vince Russo was never a wrestling guy. He was a TV guy. Like, and same kind of goes for Eric, but Eric at least got a grasp and
storyline, bro.
Yeah. Right. He got a grasp of the business.
Bro, swerve.
Vince was just like, nah, we've got to do Crash TV, bro. We got to do that Jerry Springer type shit, bro. Like,
he says, though, when he was brought on, they said, "We need ratings. What can we do to get ratings up?" He says that he may not have been a wrestling mind, but what he was doing.
And he put Buff Bagwell's mama on a pole. That was bringing the viewers.
That's obviously fucking TV gold. That's good shit.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, I think a lot of the time, Vince McMahon filtered the bad and kept the good when it came to Vince Russo at that time.
That's exactly what it was.
Russo,
Eric Bischoff just was like, "Yeah, good idea. Just go with that."
For sure, man. Vince Russo buried Buff Bagwell so Vince McMahon could fire him. That's really what it was.
That whole time, it was the four of them. It was Vince McMahon, Russo, Cornette, and Bruce Pritchard. And they were like the hive mind that was calling the shots for WWE. And if one of those four didn't like you, you were big fucked. You weren't getting anywhere.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Red Hard.
Listen, that you watch anything. There's a unanimous verdict across the board on where they stood. So
if that motherfucker doesn't want to do business, he can do business for him. Yeah,
That was
shout
one
out
of
to
my
Dark
favorite
Side of the Ring.
episodes right there.
Oh yeah, that was the first one too. So
Because Vince was on that too.
yeah, Russo. That was I seen somebody posted a clip of Jim Cornette talking about pissing on Russo grave.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Brought
was
up that
that was the Brawl for All episode. That was even better.
No,
Yeah,
that
he
was
said
a screw job. That was a screw job
Was it?
episode. He said that. Yeah.
It
he
was a
said
screw
if
job. Yep.
Stacy doesn't take him to Russo's grave after Russo dies so he can piss on it,
He's
he'll
leaving
take
her
her
out of his
his will.
That's
And he
what
said it
said.
live on screen. Yeah.
Oh man,
I believe him too.
that's
Part
my
of me
favorite rivalry in pro
100% believes
wrestling.
that'll happen.
Oh yeah,
You know what? I want to see it happen too. Wild as it seems. I want Vince Russo. This sounds weird saying it all out, but I want him to pass away before Jim Cornette. Hopefully not years from now, but
Just for that to happen.
Yeah,
Just so we
see
can
it.
see the
Because I know he's going to get video proof of it.
public the public indecency charge that'll come from it because it'll inevitably hit the internet.
oh yeah.
Hey, it might be worth it to him. So
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, it might be worth it.
It'll hit now. Years from now, there's probably gonna be a camera in the graveyard somewhere.
Facts.
God damn.
Facts. Well, I said I was gonna piss on a motherfucker's grave.
Man,
Hey,
that's my
let's
favorite
circle.
rivalry in all of pro wrestling.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Reek, let's circle back to the news and rumors right quick. What's that one bullet point?
Oh yeah, so yeah, Lufisto. So the talk was from this one is she in the locker room? She's not with AEW, nothing like that.
No, she from what I heard, the whole everything was based on a one-off tryout that she did.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. So she stirred up a whole storm of shit because there was at one point they cut to a fan that had a sign about booking the women's division better, and she just threw fire all over that, talking about how they have a bad environment in the locker room, and there's some whole bunch of hate going on, not supporting each other. Apparently some of them were planning a meeting to shoot on Thunder Rosa, like all this other stuff. I mean, just
Tony Yayo telling them they don't draw.
Right. Like all of this was going on, saying that it was just a cesspool in the women's locker room, basically. And of course that drew out everybody and their mom, like, oh no. This is all cat. Britt came out, said something like, no, this isn't the truth at all. Got a good relationship with Thunder Rosa, and MJF said something, Tony said something. Everybody just jumped into defense at this point. So I mean, this was just a bad look all around.
Everybody has something to say.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has something to say, including me.
I'm packing the air, this guess what?
Peasants.
I talked about this not too long ago. I said we got a new shipment coming in. Because I only ordered 5 in my inventory. Yep. And we damn near about used them up. So I had to order some more. And a new shipment came in a few weeks ago for you niggas.
Here we go.
You niggas.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Bring it here. Reel it in. I ain't even gonna go super in depth. Cause y'all did what y'all did, or what y'all do rather. Every single time somebody exposes something negative going on in this company, y'all did it with Swole, y'all did it with Leo Rush, y'all did it with Punk, even last year, surprisingly.
Oh yeah,
that one was shocking.
Yes,
and now you're doing it with Lufisto. This is nothing new. But just for obligatory purposes, got to give y'all number 4. Number 4.
Man.
I ordered 5 at the beginning of the year. Surprisingly, I held off until August, giving number 4. We're gonna run out, so I got a little bit extra. So that's for y'all.
Terrible.
But hold Hold on. I got something else.
I'm packing the air, this gas what?
These peasants, you peasants.
I don't remember everybody. It was a lot of you niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Not like you niggas, but you niggas in the AEW locker room. Britt Baker, Saraya, Madison Ray, MJF, whoever else I missed. Y'all gotta bring that ass here too.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Because, like I said, y'all do the same thing. This is some of the worst PR that I've seen in some time. Because I don't think I've ever seen when like a scandal or something goes on and the company doesn't put out a press release, but they have the employees, the workers do it. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. You probably shouldn't give your whole locker room a social media directive to try to spin shit.
Yeah.
Especially claims of a hostile work environment. I don't think they have an HR department around there. Do they have an HR department? Anybody know?
Come on now.
Yeah, you're right.
What gave the illusion that they ever had that?
Nothing.
Right.
But this is like everybody had like the same bullet points. Like everybody tweets was saying the same thing, and like everybody's tweets was like within like 5 minutes of each other. Mm-hmm. Blink twice if you're being held hostage.
So what you're saying is a multi-million-dollar company pretty much said to everybody at the same time, bury the fuck out of her. Because it was simultaneous. It wasn't even like they tried to hide it. It was almost like, you know, the in a bad movie where they're trying to convince us the media is brainwashing us and everybody starts saying the same stuff until it sounds like one person is saying the same line. That's what happened on Twitter that
literally.
Day. It was like MJF and Britt Baker. Then it was like, dude, and it was like the echo through the chamber until it all sounded like the same tweet.
Right.
Pretty much. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Blink twice if you be a held hostage. MJF, this ain't even, listen, I know you're the world champion and whatnot. This ain't got nothing to do with you. It's about the women.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That I knew something was wrong when I saw that because like MJF will throw a tweet out if something don't make sense and he want to, correct you appropriately. But something that's has to do with the women's locker room, like, I'm sorry, it's not that. You were never that dude to advocate for everyone on the roster.
Right.
Because weren't you bitching about it last year?
Pretty sure it was.
Before you got that money?
I'll say I seem to recall something along those lines.
Yeah. Anyway, that was that. I didn't want to get too in depth on that. What can I say that hasn't been said before? We done had a whole episode about this with Big Swole.
Man.
Shout out to Big Swole, because every time some new shit come out, she gotta be like, I told you niggas.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
So shout out to Big Swole.
I can't wait to have Auntie pull up around here because we got
facts. Every single time she just.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas.
Indeed.
And of course, hashtag you niggas gotta hop in Swole's mentions every time.
I don't get it.
Oh, you're irrelevant. Why you in her mentions then?
Thank you. Bunch of nonsense.
Answer me that question.
All the time.
Answer me that.
Sick.
But that was a news and what have you. Let's talk a little bit about SummerSlam. Or y'all remember who called it Summerfest some years back?
Jeremy Piven.
Oh my gosh.
The guest host of Raw. Don't know the name of the show.
That Jeremy Piven episode, bottom 5 guest host episode.
My God.
Dude. Wasn't that was for like a car, like he was like a car salesman, right? That movie?
Whatever movie he did with Dr. Ken.
Yeah, that movie was a flop too.
Because Dr. Ken was like also the guest host, but
yeah, there was a group of them.
I'll speak on this. Dr. Ken Jeong, I like him. Of course, I have to support my Asians, but sometimes he just be way too annoying. I'm sorry. And that episode of Raw, he was like way too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bottom 5 episode, mainly because of Dr. Ken.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Ken was cool in The Hangover, but sometimes
Yeah.
he play into the stereotype a little bit too much.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's for sure.
Yes.
Coon alert.
And it hurts us. It hurts us. It hurts us.
Yeah. But
Can't
outside of that, Summerfest 2023 here from Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. And I started thinking, I looked at the card, after the Battle Royal. And I'm like, who or if anybody was on this card last time they had a show at Ford Field? And I think nobody who was wrestling. And
Card?
the only person who appeared who was on the card at Ford Field was MVP. Crazy.
Damn.
I think the only other people, 07.
Damn.
Like the only other people who I think were even in the company outside of MVP was The Miz and Cody. And they were in developmental.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Anybody in the Battle Royal?
Nah. Miz.
Yeah.
What about Paul Heyman?
Paul Heyman was gone 07.
Yeah, he left
gone?
December.
Okay.
December of 2006.
He left after that debacle.
Yeah, that show.
Okay. I know that kind of like didn't even really count.
Listen,
either,
hold on. We're giving that show the redacted treatment going forward.
Yeah. The toys in the box show.
Yeah.
That was bad.
The Sandman in the box show.
My God.
Yeah, outside of that, I don't think nobody was on the card back at WrestleMania 23. So it was fun. Let's talk about SummerSlam, Summerfest, the biggest party of the summer, whatever you want to call it. We got the first match of the night out of 8 matches. We got Logan Paul versus Ricochet. And they talked about wanting to get that viral moment. So I had low expectations going into this match because I just thought they were going to try too hard to chase that viral moment. And it was just going to do a bunch of shit that was unnecessary. But it was okay. Like, of course, it was going to be a spot fest, but it wasn't just doing too much. Logan Paul. What can I say that hasn't been said about Logan Paul already? This man hit a buckshot lariat outside the ring.
Ooh.
Crazy work. I'm gonna give this a B plus because it was decent. Y'all knew it was gonna open because Jake Paul was in Dallas fighting Nate Diaz, one of the worst fights I've ever seen in my life.
I didn't even watch it.
I watched it because I needed a palate cleanser. We'll talk more about why I needed a palate cleanser, but I needed a palate cleanser, so I had to turn it on. It was absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Awful. People paid for that.
Don't know why.
People paid for it. But Logan Paul, he had to make his brothers fight, and he did. He made it on time. So B plus for me. What y'all thinking about this match?
That's actually exactly what I said, B plus. Because I just keep my grades with me as I watch the show now. Listen, I say this all the time. I don't give two shits about Logan Paul or his dipshit brother, but as far as Logan goes, I can't ever knock or deny the fact that dude is a natural at this. So it's like, as long as he just shuts the fuck up and wrestles, I can't say nothing else but that. Like, him and Ricochet was always going to be a good match. It was just, like you said, as opposed to it being just an outright spot fest, they actually, developed some good chemistry. And that's what I was looking for. So to open up the show, that was smart. But I give it to him. Give him a B plus.
Just, how you feeling?
I agree. I actually kind of have to give it a little bit of an A minus though, just because it was risky for them to come out and be the first wrestling match that they see, and for them to actually pull it off and kind of like have this good momentum going into the night. I thought that was dope. Yeah, I think we mentioned it last week, right, Reek, about like him possibly this be the first match so he can go meet his brother at the boxing match. So I'm glad to see that actually did happen. Not that I really care about the Paul brothers, but Yeah, shout out to Ricochet's Transformer gear too.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, A- for me.
Yeah, shout out to the Transformer gear and shout out to Sam Irvin having to say another man's name as the winner.
Oh, you saw the IG the video of like the first person view with her.
Nah.
She was selling it for real. She had like tears in her eyes, everything like that.
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
find,
yeah, yeah.
find that for me and send it to me.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Will, how
She
you
good.
feeling about this match, man?
I just say a very round, even B. It was like if an average match would be that B- C+, this is just like one little step above an average match. My big worry was, is Ricochet good enough to call a match if shit hits the fan?
Right.
Because Logan Paul doesn't have the experience to call a match on his own. This was Ricochet's point to be able to go, okay, if shit hits the fan, I can call a match to finish. And he showed that he can call a match to finish. You know what I mean? Hopefully WWE has plans for him. But if not, he would look great in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him there before. So you're right. You're right. Next up, real quick, I got a question, Reek. How many royal families are there in wrestling?
Well, a wise man once said that wrestling has more than one royal family.
Indeed, they do. And we got Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. And apparently this was no DQ. I don't remember anybody ever saying that.
Same. I don't remember that either. I don't remember that.
Explain the rules to me. I'm going to save it for my first rant. Keep it going. Go ahead.
Yeah, apparently this was no DQ. There was still countouts for whatever reason. And Chad Patton just was allowing dudes to use steel steps and what have you. You know what? I got a theory on this. I think I just answered my own question. Because I remember it's a few months ago, Brock Lesnar F5'd the shit out of Chad Patton. So he probably didn't want no more smoke. He said, you know what? Hands off. Do your thing.
He said, you can ring that bell if you want to. I'm on your ass after that.
Right. He said, you know what? It's all good. I ain't calling no DQs. Brock Lesnar's pants ripped, and they just continued to rip more and more throughout the match. So we almost got Cock Lesnar in here.
Crazy.
The real
beat that man out his draws.
Yeah, literally.
Cock Lesnar.
Cody Rhodes gets the win after 3 consecutive Crossroads. 3. He hit 1. He hit 2. And he hit 3 Crossroads. Yeah. Give me A for this one. It was decent. How you feeling, Reed?
Yeah, I went A+ because this won't be the last time I bring this up. It's the better side of it, but it's something special when you watch guys that go from being great performers, great wrestlers, to being great storytellers. And I mean, just the metamorphosis of Cody from being a great wrestler to being a great storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
Matches like this are what that's all about. And I'll always go for a great storyteller over a great wrestler. Having both is great, and I'll watch both, but the storytelling is what gets you hooked. So, I mean, as far as him, with promos and talking to the crowd, talking to his opponent, and the way he has his psychology in his matches, I learned about that in the doc because he took his acting classes and talking about range and everything like that. Makes a lot of sense. So it's all kind of coming together now. So this bumped it up to A+ for me easily.
Just.
I gotta say, I give this an A+ as well. Going into it, I kind of wasn't feeling it because it was the third match, but seeing how they did the match and the style, it was a little bit different than the other two. I'm happy with the result. I'm happy that we get to move on from this feud. But yes. A+, man.
Will, how you feeling?
I feel like the pessimist of the group. This one got a B+ out of me. I think Cody and Brock are great workers.
Understandable.
I think Cody and Brock told a good story. I feel like the nature of where they chose to put it in Cody's story, people were glancing over it. They were already talking about Cody. What's Cody doing next?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying Brock Lesnar is a cupcake, but this was like Alabama going against Arkansas State because they know they've got Georgia the week after. You know what I mean? And that's almost how the IWC was handling Brock Lesnar here. Like, can we just be on with this so we can see him fight Roman again? Like, that's almost how it felt. And I don't feel like either man really got the roses for telling a good story, because had this been anywhere else in their careers, this would have been a main event level story 10 times out of 10. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was just glanced over because of where it falls now in Cody's story.
Yeah, you make a good point.
That's true.
After this match, Cody Rhodes gets his hand raised by Brock Lesnar. Apparently an unplanned moment. Is Brock done?
No, actually, I was debating whether or not to put that in the rumors, but apparently he is booked for Fastlane.
Fastlane?
Really?
Not the next pay-per-view, but the pay-per-view after that.
Really?
So
okay,
yeah, ain't done yet.
I hope
so y'all know what to do.
Cody Brock tag team for Sammy. No.
Nah, man. One word, one name, one syllable. No, 2 syllables. My bad.
Lashley.
Nah.
Oh, nah. Well, I have nothing else to contribute here.
I see.
Oh.
Two big men with big chests
and big muscles. Bumping meat. Yes, sir.
Okay,
I got a little bit to talk about that here coming up. But next up, we had the Slim Jim Battle Royal. You know, got to get that check.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Where Slim Jim get this money from, fam?
I don't know.
Right.
They went down in the basement and broke the glass, got that emergency stash out, because I haven't seen a Slim Jim commercial in Lord knows how long.
Man, I don't see Slim Jims unless I go into 7-Eleven.
Right.
I don't see them in a regular store. I don't see them nowhere. Unless I go to
still
7-Eleven.
setting on that Macho Man money.
Probably. They probably still get Macho Man. But ooh, yeah. So, yeah, we got the Slim Jim Battle Royal featuring the return of Omos. AKA Nick Zilla. AKA
Big Black Nigga.
It was a welcome surprise. You can't have a Battle Royal without the 7'3" Nigerian giant. But we get LA Knight eliminating Sheamus to win. AKA this was the here nigga damn match. You want an LA Knight on the show here, nigga damn? You want LA Knight to win here, nigga damn? I'm gonna give it a C. That it wasn't nothing special. Yeah, it wasn't nothing special.
Right.
They did incorporate a lot of stories though, so I can appreciate that. Even the ones I'm tired of seeing, like Karrion Kross and AJ Styles. But glad to see Karrion Kross getting his check too. So LA Knight, is he the king of sponsored matches?
I mean, what are we at? Two for two on the year?
Yeah, 2 for 2.
LA Knight.
Yikes. Oh boy. I don't know, man.
He almost won the Dre.
He did. It was close.
So that would have been 3 for 3.
Yeah, he probably got it, because I don't know what other company's gonna rise from the dead before the year is out, but
right.
I'm gonna say no, because I think, and I don't know how it took so long for them to get to the consensus that, hey, we should push this dude, but it's looking like he's gonna get something decent in the next couple weeks or so. So probably maybe not. Maybe somebody else gonna take the spot.
Hey, how you feeling about the Battle Royal?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, like, oh, my bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just gave it a B. Like, I know what was gonna happen, what was expected. Like, it's standard at this point. I gave it a B mainly for the surprise of Omar showing up and giving this the slightest bit of doubt, suspend some disbelief a little bit. But we knew what time it was supposed to be.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Jess.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I the same thing. I kind of give it like a C plus, just because you kind of already figured what was going to happen. And like I was talking about this on Get Show on the other last night. Was like I kind of went to go get some food at this time, just because you kind of already knew what the outcome was going to be. I'm happy for LA Knight, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this time to go use the bathroom.
That's what people do. How you feeling about the Battle Royal? Real? Any comments?
I'll give it a P. It was like a pass fail. It passed.
Yeah.
That's it. It was there.
Didn't do much of anything. I think our positivity on this show, this is where it stops.
Oh, for sure.
Because next up in an MMA rules match, Shayna Baszler defeats Ronda Rousey.
I'm gonna give it up now.
I'm gonna give it an F plus.
Fair.
Yeah, I ain't never seen an F plus grade ever in y'all life, but I'm giving it an F plus because the plus is coming from Ronda Rousey taking that L, and it just gave me good memories of the past, of the Holly Holmes and Amanda Nunes of the world. Outside of that, terrible match, terrible spot on the card, absolutely destroyed the little bit of momentum that we have built up at this point in the show. And a lot of stuff on the show, it was peaks and valleys, a lot of mid from here on out. And this was the absolute basis of that. And it was very unfortunate because going into this, I was expecting, MMA rules, that's right up the alley of these two women. They can go out there and do their thing. I'm thinking they're going to go in there and do some shit. No, they literally did a worked MMA match. No cage, no nothing. It was a callback to the Holly Holm fight with Ronda Rousey. Shayna kicks her in the head and she kind of gets a little loopy. That was a cool little callback. Outside of that,
I'm upset.
Thank you, sir. TC, what was the only thing I asked for when we talked about this match? The one thing I asked for them to do here.
Be themselves. Do what they know what to do. They both came from the UFC.
But I said you gotta put it in the cage.
Yeah, put it in the fight.
Put it in the cage.
Cage something.
But the reason I said put it in the cage is because you're going to mask to some degree the god-awful work attempted punches that they were throwing and kicking and all sorts of stuff. That was god-awful. Will, you watch MMA too. You've seen these two fight, I'm sure. So if you are going to try to feign a little bit of, some MMA style, you're going to have a little bit of a problem doing that in pro wrestling. At least if you're in a cage, you can disguise the fact that none of those punches looked even remotely close. Shane McMahon has thrown better punches than that, honestly.
Hold on a minute, player.
And listen. Him and Ronda Rousey could have a contest as to who got the worst work punches. She couldn't punch in UFC. Why do you think she's going to be able to work punches in WWE? That's god awful. And listen, the only reason I gave this a D plus, by the way, only reason I kept this above an F is the fact that they did the right thing that I also wanted, which was Shayna to go over. But even that was deflating because it's like this whole thing was just a roll around attempt at a sparring session. It was not good. It wasn't good at all. There was just a couple stiff shots in there where I was like, okay, I think we're going to turn it up a little bit, and then we just went back to the usual. Now, in their defense, I have heard that creative had different ideas that they had for, so maybe there was a bit of a disconnect, and they just had to do what they got asked to do. Fine. Outside of that, this was trash, absolute trash, and there's not a whole lot I could say to redeem it. It just, I was excited about this because of the prospect of a Shayna push. Mm-hmm. I could argue for any of those detractors to her character that, you know what, why give her a push after this? I can't argue with them if they say that. That's my problem.
Yeah. Hype packages didn't make it any better. Hype packages make you think it was all right, we in for something, but nah.
Yeah.
Right.
How you feel about this one, Jess?
The same thing. Like the package just totally like caught me in a loop. I'm like, okay, this could be cool. But then, like you said, doing a work MMA match like just doesn't hit when you know they can really hit each other. You know, like that one shot that Shayna did to Ronda. Okay, that was pretty cool. But after that spot, like it didn't really do what I thought. Like what Reek and y'all was saying, like it didn't really hit the way I thought. Five Pit, yes, would have been great. Lions Den would have been great. Motherfucker, Stu Hart's Dungeon basement match. Remember that? Like that would have been
that's the
also
Dead
great
Sever
too.
and Kid Samrock ship.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
all that shit would have been up their alley. And I think like I know we're just gonna be like on a negative train right now, but like I felt like we could have had Trish and Becky in this spot instead of this match.
Yeah. And it was crazy. They had a better type of match like this in NXT like a month ago.
Yes.
And and you just mentioned Dan Severn. I hope he wasn't watching this neither, because he would have just been shaking his head in utter disgust. Because Dan Severn was the pioneer of
grave.
coming from MMA to go into to pro wrestling, and was still legit. You still couldn't mess with him. That was just embarrassing. Exactly. That was embarrassing to everything that they went and did for the business. Terrible.
Will.
A+ match of the night, man.
Tough.
No. No, I agree with everything. F and everything. Again, Ken Shamrock, Owen Hart in the dungeon, the Brawl for All, even as recently as 2 years ago with the Jake Hager and AEW stuff. You can't do
I forgot about that bullshit.
Fight and make it look good. And they've proven time and time again, this will never work out in your favor. And it's not just a WWE thing. Every promotion that's ever tried this shit has failed at it.
Bloodsport
Either do a real fight or
job.
do a worked fight. Don't do this blend of the two.
Right.
You have two people that could legit beat the shit out of each other and make it look good safely. They could go in there and have an MMA fight in a 20-foot ring and it'd be awesome. And instead, they made them do a fake MMA fight, which was dumb.
Which, the other part of it that pisses me off of what you just said, right? We just talked about this last week. If you are best friends with somebody, right? If you guys are like this, perfect example, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. If you guys are that tight, Kevin and Sammy, you can push the boundaries as you work your matches. So even the stuff that looks over the top, like, oh, maybe that's not safe, they can do it because they got it like that. Why is Shayna and Ronda any different? Especially considering that they have done both MMA and wrestling for a significant amount of time. Doesn't make no sense.
Thanks.
Yeah, I agree. What a disappointment this was. You know what? It didn't take away. It was. But it didn't take away from my excitement of this next match. Because what we had right here was two big men with big chests and big muscles. What was they doing?
Bumming meat.
Gunther puts the Intercontinental Championship on the line versus leftover lasagna Drew McIntyre. Gunther came out there looking like a sleep paralysis demon during his entrance. Y'all see that?
Hell yeah.
I just seen the new Insidious a couple days ago, man. So it gave me some nightmares, low-key.
I see what you're doing.
Shout out to Gunther, man. A+ on this one, cause come on now.
Yeah, you know.
Come on now. Drew McIntyre hasn't held the Intercontinental title since I was in high school. So this would have been new. But I'm gonna give this an A+, man. You already know what it is. Big meaty men slapping me. It was always gonna be my favorite match of the night. And that did not change. 417 days for Gunther as the Intercontinental Champion. He is a month and some change away. 37 days to be exact from passing up Honky Tonk Man.
Yes, please.
Honky Tonk Man. Got to be politically correct on here. A+ for me, man. Gunther has all the leverage for a potential rematch now. You know Drew want a rematch. And I'm interested in seeing a rematch that Gunther will probably end up winning if it's at Payback, because I think Payback is Payback after. Yeah, I was thinking Payback is just before he passes up Honky Tonk's record. So probably
it should be.
Right.
come away champion there too. But Reek, how you feeling about this?
Same thing, A+. It was, I said it might be my match of the night, and because everything went smoothly, I'm keeping it my match of the night. I had already picked Gunther. We knew, because I said nothing's gonna happen until he passes Honky Tonk. But this was it wasn't better than him and Sheamus. I will say that, but they definitely pushed it, to get it close. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about what I expected. We got everything now. Him and Sheamus, the triple threat. This one, it was all going to be some classic stuff. But I would love to see them do it again, especially like Gunther when he starts getting triggered. You know what I'm saying? Getting that last flurry. It's just like watching a Hulk smashing stuff. Like, he just go ham in that last sequence. I love it. Like, you got to give me more of that. Drew McIntyre, him, all three of them, him, Sheamus, and all, they are all nutcases, and they could do this forever. So I will watch it forever. Just keep giving me more. So if Payback is a rematch, do it up, throw a stipulation in there, make it fun.
Shout out to Gunther getting triggered. He got that hold on, y'all got me fucked up energy down pat.
Hell yeah.
Jess, how you feeling about this one?
Come on. I mean, this is gonna hit. Like, as soon as you saw this match and it was booked, it was gonna hit. I don't think Gunther, ever since he's been the IC champ, has had a bad match. And when you put Drew in there, it's just a recipe for goodness. Mm-hmm. But if I want to say one negative thing, I thought the pacing was just a little slow to start off. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, yes, they have to kind of build into the whole thing of them wrestling, but I think it was good because we just seen like the debacle of a match previous. They had to find a way in order to get the crowd back into it. So, I just thought the pacing was just a touch slow just to start, but overall, A+.
So, Will.
This was my match of the night, legitimately this time. I thought it was well done from beginning to end, but you kind of knew that going into it. The only match I thought that could outdo this one was going to be either Finn and Seth, which we haven't got to yet, and the main event, which we obviously haven't got to yet. But in my opinion, this was the best executed wrestling match. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to just flat in-ring work, this was the best match of the night. Not the best story, but the best match.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I think we all on the same accord with that one. A+, A's, all that, all around from everybody. Next up for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth freaking Rollins, please say the freaking, versus Finn Balor. 7 years after their first encounter at SummerSlam in the inaugural Universal Championship matchup. I'm going to give this one an A. Even though I dozed off during the intros and I woke up, it's the middle of the match, I didn't really miss much. I actually started to pick up around the time I woke up. Like, shortly after I woke up, here comes Damian Priest with the briefcase. Oh, here comes Rhea Ripley and Dom on the other side. Finn almost won. And you know what? I was down for it. I was like, if Finn wins, I'm with it. Damian Priest, though, accidentally cost Finn curb stomp onto the briefcase. Seth Rollins gets the win. I just want to say, keep big head ass JD McDonough away from this group. I see him trying to advocate, talking about Finn deserves better, like he trying to weasel his. No.
Oh no, please.
I actually enjoyed the Judgment Day.
No.
Yeah, I do too.
How you feeling about this, Reed?
I mean, there's a whole lot of rinse repeat. Like this was just Money in the Bank with a little more tension added to it. But because Seth and Finn don't miss, I'm going to give it an A minus. I could watch. Same thing I said with Gunther Drew. I could watch these matches all day. I was a little surprised they didn't just let Finn go over. We just gonna keep adding to that. Him and DP having this tension about the Money in the Bank and him costing them the match, all this other stuff. That's cool, but you could also do that if the title was involved. But I don't know. I don't know what we move Seth on to after this, because he's the everyman champion. He's gonna throw challenges out to whoever, but I don't know. This was just what I expected it to be, so I'm not going too in depth about it here.
Give me Seth versus The Miz.
Not a bad call.
Ooh,
Like
that's
The
not
Miz,
bad.
The Miz, he that break in case of an emergency individual that you need.
I'll be cool with that. I need him to get the heat back. Like I don't need goofy Miz. I need 2016 talking smack Miz. I need that Miz, because that Miz, I said at the time, give him everything.
Yeah, me
because
too.
I was behind it. But if you giving me goofy Miz, I don't care for it.
I had Miz winning the Rumble around that era, so
That'd have been great.
He was legit. I'll accept 2010 Miz. Honestly, 2010 Miz wasn't that bad.
I ain't going that far.
You didn't like Alex Riley?
Alex Riley was more over with me than The Miz was at that time. Yes.
What?
I said what I said. God damn it!
Hey, listen.
Alex Riley was more over with me than The Miz was in 2010.
The Miz was the first person to get me cheering against Randy Orton.
Wow.
So that says a lot about him. Just how you feeling about this match, man?
For me, I enjoyed it. Obviously, I wanted Judgment Day to have all the gold, but DP and Finn Balor, they gotta work out their differences in order for them to continue this. But personally, I wanted Finn Balor to win. I like the match. I'm still gonna rock with it. I'm still gonna give it an A. I just wanted Judgment Day to have all the gold, but I don't know. Finn Balor and all them, they gotta figure out their situation.
Yeah, for sure. Will, how we look?
A minus. My only critique is I don't think every faction in your promotion needs dissension at the same time.
I've been saying that for weeks.
That's my big takeaway. I don't think there has to be dissension in everything.
Some people can get along, man. There should, what? I'm gonna save it. I was about to. I'm gonna just move on to the next match and hold that thought. Next match for the women's championship. So they changed the names, and I gotta remember what's what. This is the actual, just regular women's championship. Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair. I was looking forward to this one going into the match. I even had the hype packages individually on SmackDown, and it just seemed like a huge deal. I'm gonna get this a C. Bianca Belair at some point pops her knee, and I don't know whether it's legit or not. If it's not, shout out to that woman, because she worked the hell out of me. I'd even offered up my ACL.
Right there on the spot.
I did. I said, hey, take mine. I don't need it. I don't wrestle. You the greatest women's wrestler I might have ever seen in my life. Take it. And then she ran back into the ring. I was like, they had me in the first half.
Damn right there.
I got worked. I like to admit when I got worked. Getting worked is fun. Y'all don't like getting worked. Y'all get mad when y'all get worked and just
But if you watch it back, she kind of told on herself, because she grabbed the right knee first and then came back and was grabbing the left one. So she told on herself.
I didn't pay that much attention to it. So yeah, she comes back in. She gets a 450 on everybody thought was a torn ACL. Crazy work. And I was like, yeah, this is it right here. Bianca gets the win. She wins. And I'm excited. And then I hear that slap. Because EO got a slap. And then I was like, fuck. Been here before.
Yep.
You know what happened. And you know what? It just gave me flashbacks to 2 years ago at SummerSlam. And 2 years ago at SummerSlam, you know how I was feeling?
I'm upset.
And that's why I gave this match a C. Because, you know, the match itself, it was cool. But just like every single time Asuka is a champion, she's a third wheel of whatever other hot feud is going on. And then she's just like, oh, we got to get the championship on them some way. We got to get it off of Asuka. And it's like every time Asuka is a champion is pretty underwhelming. I don't get that. EO came in, cashed on Bianca. Shout out to her. I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at it, but I'm not mad at EO. I like EO winning her first singles championship on the main roster. Damage Control, on the other hand, and I've been saying this for almost a year now. They debuted at SummerSlam last year, and I wasn't feeling it. I was like, why is EO a lackey of Bayley? Why is EO a lackey in general to anybody?
Right.
I thought she should have defected months ago. There was, like Will was saying, doesn't have to be dissension in every stable or faction, but this one kind of made sense because it's Bayley, and Bayley hasn't done a damn thing since she lost the championship in 2020 to Sasha. Hasn't done anything. Can y'all name me something Bayley's done that was really notable? Nothing. So I'm thinking like, you know, her and, you know, being jealous of EO winning the Money in the Bank and whatnot made sense. But no, here she comes helping her. Damage Control. Fetch. It's Fetch. Stop trying to make it happen.
Right.
How you feeling about this, Reed?
Mixed emotions. Real mixed emotions. Yeah. I'm gonna give the match an A. Because the match, honestly, it's the longest match on the card, but they took their time with it and they built it to a beautiful crescendo.
It was also a hear nigga damn thing too.
It was.
Oh, you think the women deserve better hear nigga damn?
I appreciate the fact that they put this together. And this is the second part of watching a great storyteller put something together. Because listen, when I seen Bianca hit the floor and I seen the way she was reacting, I dropped to my knees and I was begging God, please, because I was not gonna be okay if this was legitimate.
Oh, and what do we have here?
Oh my Lord. He didn't do this to me. He didn't do this to me. You don't love me. You're not doing this to me right now.
What?
You're not doing this to me right now. Not in this match.
I just wanted to come in and send my condolences. I was petty last night on Get You. You'll hear it. I've had 24 hours. I've been there. I understand. I've heard the Matt let it play out. You know, everything that I thought was supposed to happen, was going to go my way, and it didn't. I know where you're at, so I'm here to say I got your back. All right. We ignore everything I said last night that was really petty on Get You when you listen back to it.
That's terrible.
Welcome.
We didn't even get there yet, but
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In the middle of the show, we sent him the invite. He said he might pull up. He pulled up. I wasn't expecting it. From the Smacking It Raw podcast, from the Getting Off podcast, the HWBIC, damn it, I messed up the intro. I wasn't expecting you.
Patron saint of podcast.
Patron saint of podcasting, from, again, the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, the Warden Matt Ritter. Welcome back.
What's going on?
We almost done, actually. Yeah.
Well, I tried to slide in and you guys hadn't started the meeting yet, and then we had some stuff to do and I got a little break. So I was like, let me see if they're still recording just so I can come on, tell Reek I love him. I'm sorry. I know it was a bad night for him. I've been there, and show him a little support after being really petty last night. So,
and there's, I don't know how long you're staying, but there was something that I am going to say, and I planned on saying it well before I thought you were pulling up, because I would be a hypocrite, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. Reek, you said you fell down to the knees when the law came.
Yeah, because I saw Bianca, and I was praying to my God, because I was scared, like I'm sure we all were, and
Yeah.
Then she proceeded to pull the Mick Foley as they carrying her away.
I got a soundbite right quick.
Oh Lord.
This is me. This is me when I see Bianca got hurt.
Yo, don't play like that. Are you serious?
My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
But not confessions.
Right. But that again, the storytelling of it, because once she came back, it kicked the match into a whole nother gear. Now you're hanging on every word of it. The thing about the ending, I had put EO to the back of my mind the day the morning started because I watched SmackDown that morning to catch up. And I saw Charlotte's vignette where she pointed out that not only is she undefeated in these triple threat matches as a challenger, she's undefeated at SummerSlam in general.
Charlotte tapped in.
Like, yeah, now I'm sitting up there like, oh, shoot. And I told somebody this, I'm like, well, now, don't be surprised if she wins. So now I'm still focused on the end result. And because Bianca coming back in just jolted me and got me locked into the screen just to see what happens to the end of this, I jumped up when she won. I was like, let's go. And then I heard the music. And I'm like, y'all not doing this to me right now. Y'all not doing this to me right. I love EO. I loved EO since NXT, he turned heel in NXT. Why you had to do it tonight? Why we couldn't wait for SmackDown? Why we couldn't sell the injury angle into SmackDown? Why we couldn't let her have the night?
Right.
Come on, man. But
because it's SummerSlam and apparently it's fuck Bianca at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. It's exactly what it is.
Cause I was there too. Mm-hmm. And I can speak for the two of us there. There was a collective loss of oxygen from the audience. We all were stuck in place.
Nobody in our section, surprisingly, was like, I mean, it's Becky, right?
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah.
And on TV, and like people were cheering. I'm not saying people weren't cheering. I'm just saying people in our section.
Yeah.
Were not feeling it.
Just gone.
Yeah.
But I still give the match an A. The match was fantastic. And EO winning, I give that. Because I'll be honest, I was expecting a Bayley turn before we got here, but I guess we're probably gonna get it now. Because the best way to do it is when no one's expecting it, because they're doing all this love fest shit and all this stuff at the press conference. The best time to do it would be the next SmackDown ever after, because like you just said, Bayley has been doing nothing, so you might as well start doing something.
Facts. Just real quick, how you feel?
I mean, y'all basically took the words out of my mouth. I like the match. I like that Bianca won. I hate what they did to her. EO winning, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, like just I was saying this last night. Like, this is like the third time this happened. Like, they did the thing with Becky. They did the thing with Damage Control. You know, they couldn't just let her like have that win. And then now they did this thing with the cash in, which was pretty crazy. Like the way Bianca won the match too. Like, I've never seen something like that, you know. But yeah, I'm with y'all when I just agree. It's just all bad.
Will.
Hot trash garbage. And I am a Charlotte Flair purist. I say she's one of the GOATs. Bianca is a very close number 2 in this generation without question. This match from beginning to end wasn't a triple threat match. This match was a 2-person match that ran like hockey lines. So
Oscar the third wheel, like I said.
Exactly. It was Bianca versus Charlotte, and then Oscar would be in, and then Oscar got hurt, and it was Oscar versus Charlotte, and then Charlotte got taken out, and then it was Bianca versus, and it was, they worked a 2-person match with lines. And I don't think if you're going to work a match like that, we should be able to see your spots form. And they allowed the timing of their spots to form, which allowed us to see that they were working a 2-person match in lines. So it was the little baby Bianca, and I think 3 of the best workers in the business right now, as far as female competitors go, Charlotte and Bianca are 2 of the best wrestlers, not male or female, just 2 of the best wrestlers right now. And for them to put this out, the only spoiler I saw at the New South show was Io Sky cashing in, and I was like, fuck yeah, I popped for it. That's the only spoiler I got. Then I watched how they did it, and I was like, hot trash. I hate that they shit on Bianca at SummerSlam again. I hate that they ruined Charlotte's undefeated at SummerSlam record to do it this way.
Right.
Like, there's so many bad things about this match when this could have been this like saving grace for their women's division. And instead it left a lot of people going, it's cool, but why?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Triple H doesn't care about black wrestlers. And now we got to
Facts.
cut to Chris Tucker.
He did a kick. The Kanye West.
By the way, hi Just, hi Will. How you guys doing? Love you.
Yo. What's up, man?
This is,
What's up?
I was being professional. This is the first day on the job with Young Kings. I had to, like.
I mean, they're used to me, so I don't think you could do. Reek, well, first off, Bianca. Like, it sucks that they did to Bianca, right? But however, this is how the Money in the Bank works. She wins the title. She's injured. Someone cashes in on her. It is the story, and we also now can add another title to her championship accomplishments, and the fact that she beat Charlotte at WrestleMania or at SummerSlam, the first person to do it. So.
Hey, though.
It's fair. It's fair. Like I said,
Charlotte didn't lose.
I mean, she didn't win.
She didn't lose.
Her undefeated streak is over. Only one person in that match. Nobody else gets a win in that column.
That is true. Like I said, it's not EO. I'm glad EO got it. I'm just like,
it was just poorly done. It was the execution of it all that sucked.
Who booked this crap?
Yeah. Right. I want to know who's the producer on this.
No, actually, I'm saving that for the next thing.
Oh, I'm gonna pull
I got a list of producers. I'm gonna stay them after we get through all the matches. So
okay.
Bobby Roode.
In our main event.
That explains everything.
It's time for the main event. I don't do a good Mark Henry voice at all. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Tribal Combat for the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. Also for the title of the Tribal Chief. And I just got one thing to summarize in regards to this.
The streak is over.
Because for years now, every time Roman Reigns wrestles on a PLE, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, I started off with an A+++++. Because this is the big dog we talking about. It's the head of the table. It's the Tribal Chief. It's the one, Oos. And you know what? Streak is over. I'm giving this a D. I'm giving this match a D. Because listen,
my boy.
Listen. We all seen Black Panther, right?
Yes.
You know, you challenge for the throne, which is basically tribal combat. I'm thinking it's gonna be like Black Panther. I'm thinking, the whole Wakanda about to pull up, the whole village of the Anawayu family pulling up, man. I was expecting, like I said last week, I'm thinking the whole fam's, pulling up. I was at least expecting Alpha Seeker and Rikishi, if nobody else. Ain't even get that. I'm thinking it's about to be music and dance. I'm thinking all that shit.
Right.
Tribal decorations all around. I'm thinking it's gonna look real fly. No elders pulled up, so I was already iffy. This Jey Uso came out there. You know what? All them fans going crazy for Jey Uso. Reek, was that not me at SummerSlam when we went?
Oh, for sure it was.
That was me. I was hyped. So I was iffy though. When I ain't see no elders, it just seemed mad normal. They didn't even make it super special. They just it's just a no disqualification. That's all it is. It already didn't seem like a big deal. So my expectations were low. The match, still solid, as expected. I didn't expect nothing from the in-ring work to be different from what we got. But it looked like Jey Uso was going to fulfill the prophecy that we've been speaking about for years. And then somebody put this in my head on Friday night. And they was like, man, what if, I don't got time to find the exact tweet. I'm paraphrasing. He said, what if they do like they did Jeff Hardy and Edge at the Royal Rumble in 2009? With Matt Hardy come down there and cost Jeff Hardy the championship.
Oh.
They put that in my ear. And I was on my Usher. For real, don't play like that. I was like, but that's exactly what happened. Jimmy Uso comes out there dressed exactly how their little brother Solo Sikoa was dressed at Clash at the Castle in an all-black hoodie, pulls Jey Uso out of the ring, kicks him, puts him back in the ring. Roman gets the win. You know, I don't even know how Roman got the win at this point. I don't. I tuned out immediately. I was like, yo, fuck this shit, bro. I'm upset. Because, you know, we all have good days. We all have bad days, right? This is human nature. Some days we might have a fantastic day. And then that night, something happens that evening, totally ruins it. Or you might have a string of bad days. You might have the worst work week ever. But you just like, man, I can't wait for the weekend. Because like, you got something to look forward to. So for the last 3 years, no matter if I had a good week or if I had a bad week, I always look forward to watching SmackDown on Friday night. Because you know what? I had the Bloodline to look forward to. I had Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, to look forward to. And you know what? I also had other stuff to look forward to on the show, too. We had Bianca. We had Seth at some point on SmackDown. Sasha Banks, Naomi, all this good stuff. I love SmackDown. And I love this storyline of the Bloodline. But you know what? We have officially jumped the shark with this one after this match, in my opinion. Just doing too much. Because now we're just getting real convoluted. Why Jimmy Uso turning on Jey Uso for? You know what? I tell hashtag you niggas all the time to let stuff play out. And that's what I'm going to do. I don't have no choice. I'm not going to stop watching the show. I'm not going to stop enjoying it. But you know what? I'm not going to enjoy it as much. I don't watch The Walking Dead. Do any of y'all watch The Walking Dead? Or
I do, yeah.
When it was on air? So
it still is. They got like spinoffs.
Yeah, there's a new spinoff. But the OG Walking Dead just ended like last year.
Right.
Their ratings were the first like 6 seasons of The Walking Dead. Ratings was crazy.
Right.
And then this is Googleable. This is Googleable. The episode where Negan killed Glenn, the ratings just fell off. This is that moment. This is the Negan killing Glenn moment of this storyline because it's not going to be as good as it was before. It's not. And you know what? Just like Walking Dead fans, I'm still going to watch. But you know, it ain't going to be as good as it was before.
Right.
How you feeling, Reek?
So, sorry, go ahead, Reek.
I'll go ahead.
No, you don't get priority over here. You came late.
Well, just go ahead.
No, Reek, go ahead. No, I want to hear what you
saving.
Oh, you gonna say all right.
I'm saving.
Oh, you're saving?
Just
okay.
Ahead.
I'll make mine quick. You just brought back an emotional, mental issue. When you talked about the Glenn episode.
Yeah, Glenn was Asian too. He was one of your boys.
That's what I'm saying, and he was a popular character. Anyway, I don't want to get emotional anymore. But yes,
just gonna start crying and shit.
What for real? 100%. Like, I don't understand why Jay and they're having the brothers and all that. I know that they talked about it in an interview that they want to have a feud before one of them retires. But like I said last night, I didn't want the Hardys to fight, and I didn't want to see the Usos fight. Because I don't think anyone really wants to see this, you know? And I mean,
tried it with the Hardys like 3 times and that shit didn't work.
And it just didn't hit. And like I kind of felt like this was kind of a lackluster match, kind of like what y'all were saying. It was still pretty decent, but as far as like the Gunther match and the Rollins and Finn and all those other ones, this was kind of a low bar. So I have to give it like an A, maybe a B plus, maybe a B plus. I'll be nice. I'll give it like a B plus, but yeah.
Oh, you got some more to say, Just?
I was just gonna say, last night Vince said the same thing about how you thought it was gonna be like the Black Panther scene with Killmonger and T'Challa. He said the same thing, so y'all on the same page.
Disappointment, man. See, Everybody expecting stuff. Will, how you feel?
The only redeeming factor of this match was the story, and then they shit the bed.
Absolutely.
I've been saying it. TC, you and I are on the same wavelength, I feel like, because I've been saying for weeks on Botch Spots that they will eventually go to this well one too many times and it's going to be dry. And I think this may have been that moment for them, because this is the first time in the entire storyline where I've seen more people on Twitter going, why, than, oh my God, this is the best shit in wrestling ever, blah, blah, blah. This is the first time where everybody's going, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Why now? Why here?
I agree. Reek. Do I need to
just say it? I want to hear this so bad.
I know we definitely went overtime.
I'm upset.
Before I get into that tangent, let me just say this, because this was the trifecta of the matches that we announced stipulations and we don't seem to know what the hell we're doing with these stipulations.
Like MMA rules.
Brock and Cody was a singles match, right? Nothing was said about no disqualification, nothing like that. This man picked up steel steps and knocked him into Brock Lesnar, and nothing was said. Now,
we clarified our theory. Yeah, we clarified.
Yeah, I would say you got your theory about that. I can forget that. Then we get to the MMA rule stuff. I already talked about that. That was nonsensical, and we know why. But this was unforgivable, because you sat there and you put vignettes up, you put past wrestlers in animated version form and all this other stuff. You had Paul Heyman explaining in depth, because he's such a great narrator, about how important this was and what it meant. You couldn't get nobody to fly out. You couldn't have tribal lumberjacks. You couldn't put spears around the ring. You couldn't do nothing at all.
I'm saying at least have both of them dudes pops, if nobody else.
Point is, and I'm gonna make this quick and get to my real rant. Announce stipulations that mean shit, or don't announce them at all.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period. Now,
he took the glasses off.
Paul Levesque.
It's super serious.
Bruce Pritchard. Count your days. Count every one of your days.
Jason Jordan. Michael Hayes.
Count your days, sir.
Include them too.
Count your days. November of 2021. I came on this show, as I do every week, and I had an epiphany with my brother here. I said to you, Jey Uso may not seem like it right now, but you can position him to go on a story to where the singles, in-ring work, the character development can progress to such a level that his cousin can put him in a position on a big show, on a big stage, to put him over. Because I thought that this was the goal of this the entire time. I thought the whole point of the Bloodline was to elevate all of them, which they have as a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
But you started this off by feuding with Jey, right? First two matches, some of the most depth we've ever seen from Jey outside of what he does with Jimmy. So now 2 years go by, and we have seen that no matter what the situation is, when they're feuding against somebody, when Sami Zayn infiltrated and colonized the Bloodline, no matter what it was, Jey was at the center of it all. When there was turmoil, he was the one rubbing his temples, going through it, snapping, being a mad dog anytime somebody showed up, being the right-hand man. There was just so many different layers to Jey that by the time we got to 2023, there's nothing that says that Jey can't go on a run. But first, we had to get through WrestleMania. We had to get through Cody Rhodes. And I was of the belief, I think we all were, that that was the time. We were writing the epitaph of Roman Reigns' title reign, because it was pretty much set and done. But they said no. Cody's got to go through the hard times road, and that's what he's been on ever since. And it's not the time. Fine. What I said that night was, if Cody is not the one at WrestleMania, Give me Jay, because it goes back to my prophecy. And sure enough, we built a beautiful story. Finally, he breaks free of the mental shackles and manipulations of a Roman Reigns. And we come full circle because he did it for his brother. That's why he became subservient to Roman in the first place, was for his brother. I'm about to get to him in a second. But this was the moment that he snapped and said, I'm done. I don't need to beat you. And I said this last week. I don't need to beat you for the championship. I don't need to beat you for the tribal chief. I need to beat you for me, because I need that. I need to know that I beat you. And I pinned you once already in London. Now I'm going to do it again. But this time I'm going to take something from you. So for people that want to say, oh, not Jay, it wasn't necessary. Listen, you don't put someone on a story trajectory like that and have them go through so much character development and in-ring work, psychology work, everything step by step by step. You don't put someone on a 3-year path like that just to go segue him into another feud at all. Like, it didn't have to be definitive. It didn't have to last long. He just needed to, if you were going to do it, just let him have a moment in the sun. Everybody had theirs at some point in time. People, when there's a groundswell of support behind it and the story is that good, it just demands that satisfaction of the moment, even if the moment is brief, right? But the part that made it worse for me was who did it. Because Jimmy is the reason why Jay is free. Jimmy's the reason why they split off, why Jay finally said, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to challenge you for your championship and tribal chief. And he did it for his brother. So why then does Jimmy come and say, nah, fam, you can't have this? You told him to turn. You told him to make this move. They put you in the hospital. And Jay said, I'm fighting for my brother. To hell with all the rest of this. You hurt my brother. Now I got to get you. So that's the person that stops all this. And I heard Paul Heyman say at the press conference, oh, just add another layer to the story. Go to hell, Paul Heyman. You the GOAT, but go straight to hell.
Oh, we're in the bottom third now. Fuck out of here.
No, go straight to hell. Because there was no reason to go down this road at all. Even if logically we get to SmackDown, he comes up with a reason for why he did this, a logical reason. You mean to tell me that it makes more sense to challenge Jay with no championship than if he had one? You want to feud with your brother? You decide that it's better to do it with nothing as opposed to him having a championship?
Because
How
what other
stupid
reason?
could you be?
What other reason do you have outside of you were jealous that he got an opportunity and you didn't? Like, do you want the opportunity or not?
It's like it makes no sense. If you were gonna do this, if this was gonna be what was always the plan, then you should have put Solo in this position instead of making him the guy that follows Roman around the whole time. Make Solo the guy that goes rogue and decides to challenge Roman at SummerSlam. But this was the end result. Because this was you just wasted everybody's time at this point. You didn't give us the tribal combat. You made this dumb decision with booking and make Jimmy look stupid. Like I'm at a loss. My reaction, I don't think I looked at the second I saw Jimmy pull him out the ring, I shut it off. I shut it off.
Yeah,
because I knew what was coming.
I tuned out immediately. I can't tell you what happened after Jimmy kicks Jey Uso.
It didn't make no sense.
Honestly, can't tell you what happened. Hey,
like, bruh,
listen.
Do better. I'm packing the air, this gas or what?
These peasants, you peasants.
I usually like SummerSlam. I usually do. I'm gonna read off this list of producers for each match on the card here, from first match to end. Logan Paul and Ricochet, Gregory Helms, Shane Helms, the Hurricane. Good match, good stuff. Next up, Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, Michael Duke, PSAs, Got you with that one. So you can imagine Cody Rhodes match, Michael Hayes. Next up, the SummerSlam Slim Jim Battle Royal. That was Adam Pearce and Petey Williams. Shout out to Petey Williams doing his thing in the company. Next up, where shit starts to go downhill, MMA Rules, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. That was produced by Daivari. Sean Daivari.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Next match, Gunther versus Drew Mack. That was Abyss. That was Abyss.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
you can imagine Abyss. He know what he doing.
Big meaty man slapping me.
Abyss, you can stay over there. You good. You all right. Next up,
That makes sense.
Seth freaking Rollins. Please say the freaking versus Finn Balor. That was produced by Jamie Noble, boy. He was in his bag.
Okay.
He was in his bag, especially at the finish. Hey, Jamie Noble, you can stay over there, man, with your Confederate shorts and everything. Go over there. You good.
He been hitting low-key. He been hitting all his producing matches.
Hey, high key though. High key. The triple threat women's match, you know who did that. That was TJ Wilson. You know what? I ain't like all the extra stuff, but TJ Wilson, you can stay over there. And then the main event, that was Michael Hayes, Doot. And Kurt Angle's illegitimate bastard son, Jason Jordan. Michael Hayes and Jason Jordan.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Bring that ass here. So in this lineup, we got Sean Daivari, we got Michael Hayes, we got Jason Jordan. But you know what? They ain't all I got over there. Bruce Pritchard.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Who else did you bring the ass here? Paul Heyman.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Come on.
You complicit. I know you had a little something to say too. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't welcome to the stage DJ Paul Levesque.
I don't know no Triple H, but this is all about the game.
You too can bring that
Bring
ass
that
here.
ass here, boy.
All y'all are welcome to the Hall of Peasants for ruining my night.
Oh, and that fan that Katie had was
you too. You too.
ran into.
That fan that Katie was interacting with at the show.
Bring that ass here, boy.
You too. Oh, yo, this is the most peasants I've ever had in my life. Couldn't believe it. We done went overtime.
Real quick.
Who else?
Run it back real quick. Run it over. I forgot. I totally forgot.
Somebody else?
I'm packing the air, this gas what?
These peasants, you peasants.
Who else?
Solofa Fatu Jr., a.k.a. Rikishi. You better get over here, sir.
Bring that ass here, boy.
You too, Oos.
I warned you. You had one job. We gave you 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You had one job. Your children are out of control.
For real.
You had one job. Now you on the list for the year.
Yes.
There's no more time.
Wow.
There's no more time. There's no mulligans. There's no second chances. You on the list for the year. You getting that next day air to your crib.
Absolutely.
Ridiculous.
I'm gonna let y'all add me to that list for 2 reasons. One, I dedicated an A+++ to the main event in honor of Young Kings Wrestling last night. That thing that happened. But also, I do have to take off. I'm glad I was here to witness this.
Oh, yeah, I was about to kick you out.
Yeah, you just gonna get muted.
So.
I have my finger over the mute button. Thank you, Matt. Where can they find you at?
You guys can follow everything we do at It's Creation World, ITSCREATIA World, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of it.
Go check them out.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Matt, coming through. Fuck your
Bye, Matt. Love you.
Bye, guys.
It's the most peasants we ever had. I think I counted 8 peasants, 7, 8 peasants.
Yeah, it's up there.
You know what? Just because I'm feeling peasant happy, I'm sorry. Las Vegas Aces bring that ass here,
boy.
The Aces.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What are the Aces?
That's crazy.
The WNBA champions.
WNBA champion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that makes sense.
Y'all can bring y'all ass here too. Cause man,
He got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
Was that bad?
we went to New York City and lost by 38.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
The Liberty?
The Liberty? The Liberty?
Yikes.
I was just talking shit about them the other day too when they lost to Minnesota.
You should have put that money on.
As far as other people know, I did. I know I should have. I was looking, I was like, Anyway, plug your socials. We done went completely overtime here talking about this nonsense.
Lord have mercy. The indignation invigorating. Anyway, y'all can find me at Rick Havoc24 on Instagram and on Twitter. All my past episodes of the Havoc Hour are available on all streaming platforms where you find Young Kings Wrestling, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, and the video versions, the most entertaining versions, are up on YouTube.
Agreed. Just.
You can find me in the Get Your Podcast on Twitter, Get Your Podcast on Instagram. If you can't find me there, you can find me on Marks and Mikes. Just dropped an episode, Get Yo, that's out right now. Just talking all SummerSlam. We did SummerSlam Sweaty Session Poems. Lechon Diaries is also out too. We talk about adulting and shit that we find on the internet. Guys, it's always a pleasure for letting me come through the Buckethead Bang Palace. Appreciate it.
Hold on, say it right. Don't mess our name up. Say it right.
my bad. Not give you Buckingham Palace. My bad. There's a truck coming by. Yeah.
Truck had you spooked.
For real.
This nigga's scared.
Will, where can they find you at, man?
First and foremost, thank you guys. My first venture to Nuck If You're Buckingham Palace. I love what you've done with the place. It's great here. I like it. I'll come back. If you're interested in some shenanigans for me elsewhere, you can find my link tree at The Will Gray. You'll find all things botch spots and chair shots, my dirt sheet writing for Sportster, Last Word on Sports, pro wrestling stories, all that nonsense. You can find me there at The Will Gray. And
I am the thespian TC Fontaine. You can follow me. Just follow my photography page. I actually post on there now. FOY.flicks. And follow Young Kings Wrestling everywhere at YK Wrestling. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. Subscribe to us on YouTube. More content coming soon. Got some dope stuff coming for y'all later this month. Check that out. Just know it's 50th anniversary of hip hop. And you know what it is also. Hip hop's dead. That's where I was going with this. Because hip hop it fucking sucks now.
Yeah,
it does. So RIP hip hop. They honestly got a terminal illness 3 years ago, and they pretty much succumbed to it now at age 50.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh no.
See you at the Crossroads, man. Hey, we're gonna get out of here though. We're gonna get out of here.
Heck no.
You already know. Next week.
Said I'll be back to hold you down. I don't wanna leave.
But we gotta go right now. We'll be back next week with another one. Until then, we out of here. Gone.